Hello.
Hello.
I'm Lauren.
My name's Erica.
Nice to meet you, Erica.
Nice to meet you too.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fairly well.
Good, good. So what's going on?
I've just been having some issues that I thought that I'd need to seek some kind of counseling to kind of get through these, overcome these.
So what are some of these issues that you're feeling?
Well, the biggest thing is I'm in a relationship right now, and I feel that it's a verbal abuse issue, and he talks down a lot to me.
Okay.
And I really don't like how that makes me feel as a person.
Okay.
And I don't know how to express my feelings to him without him getting upset with me.
Okay. How do you feel like he talks down to you? What are some things that stick out to you?
He makes fun of me a lot to my face, and stuff that I do. And he not really calls me names, but just kind of puts me down in a way that I'm just not comfortable with. And when I try to retaliate, he just makes it worse, and it just keeps going from there. Okay. I feel like I care about him, but I'm not sure if I care enough about him that I want to continue this relationship. That's where I'm trying to seek this.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
It's been about 1.5 years.
Okay. All right. So you're just feeling like you need to make a decision whether.
Yeah, I feel like I need to make this decision now before I waste more of both of our time.
Okay. All right. What about the rest of your life? What's going on there? You have your relationship, your boyfriend, and
I'm a current student right now.
Okay.
So I have that struggle too, which he doesn't support at all. So, and then I work.
How does that make you feel that he doesn't support that?
It makes me feel down again. I mean, he puts me down for anything. He kind of makes me feel like I can't succeed.
Okay.
And that I'm wasting my time with education.
Okay. What about in the rest of your relationships? Do you have friends that see this, or are you close to them?
I have some friends. They don't like him.
Okay.
So we're kind of apart. He makes me feel like I shouldn't be friends with them because they don't like him.
Okay. What about your father? Does your father know him, or is he a part of your life?
I think my father's met him once. My father's not really ever been a part of my life, so that's a struggle in its own.
Okay. Are your parents have a good relationship?
No, they don't have a relationship normally whatsoever unless they have to.
What brothers and sisters do you have?
I do. I'm the oldest of 5 children. I have my sister. She's 4 years younger, and we have the same parents. And then I have 2 half-brothers and then a stepbrother that lives with my dad and stepmom.
Well, how old were you when your parents, were they married? Did they divorce? Did they split up?
They were married. They got married before I was born. My dad had an affair, and that's how I have my half-brother who's a little younger than me. Okay. And they kind of worked things out, and then they had my sister. So I was about 5 or so, and they did the split, and then they did go into a divorce later. Okay.
Let's talk about your childhood a little bit.
Okay.
What is your first memory?
When I was in pre-kindergarten, about, like I said, 5 or so, I guess, would be the age. It's the earliest I can think back. It was a Head Start program, kind of like the pre-kindergarten, and we all would sit in this big circle, and the instructor would play music, and we would kind of sing along, and there was a little boy that sat beside me, and he would always untie my shoelaces, and I couldn't tie my shoelaces, so it would make me sad, and I would cry, and the teacher would have to come and tie my shoelaces for me, and that was kind of a traumatic experience, I guess, when I was 5 years old. So. Okay.
What about your siblings? What's your relationship with them?
I guess the closest relationship I have now, and growing up, was with my younger brother, the oldest. His name's Nicholas, and we don't have a relationship now, but when we were younger, we always got along and played well together.
Okay. Okay. And your step sibling, do you have a relationship with them?
Yeah, we actually get along fairly well. I feel like I kind of nurture him and take care of them, more so than my sister, because she won't allow it. She's very headstrong. Right. But my brother is kind of, we've always played well together, and I've been that big sister,
Okay. Let's talk about when you were a child. How did you Yeah, how did you feel about your dad? What did that look like?
I feel like he abandoned my family because he left.
In the divorce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we would get, my sister and I would go, he'd had weekend visitations growing up, and we would go over there and visit with him on the weekends.
Okay. Did you have any childhood fears? Any fears that stick out for you when you were a kid?
I was always afraid to be, like, I could, play by myself when I was a child, but I never wanted to be alone. Like, I never wanted to, spend all day alone. And I still struggle with that, like not wanting to be alone all day. I like to have company around me, other people. But I think that kind of stems from the abandonment I felt from my father too, if that makes sense. That we would wait for him, on the weekends to pick us up, and he'd never show. That was very hurtful as a child, to be waiting on a parent and then not hearing from them, and
So when your dad didn't show up, you felt some kind of disappointment,
I was
abandonment.
very disappointed. Yeah, it was very hurtful to know that you had always looked for this for the weekend, to see dad, and then he just doesn't show, doesn't call, and you don't hear from him. And a lot of it had to do with he was in relationships too, before he married.
Okay.
It settled down once he married, but before then, the women came first. And
Right.
they would,
Okay. How long did that last, do you think? How old were you? What ages?
When, I don't really remember a lot when I first started doing the visitations. It was probably about late elementary school when I do remember this. And I remember especially, it was around 3rd grade age, like 7, 8, 9, around that age.
Okay.
That was when he did a lot of the not showing up. And I would, be heartbroken. And my mom would be trying to cheer me up, and tell me it's okay. But I just wanted to spend time with my dad, and he would never be there. But even like in my middle teens, I would not get a phone call on my birthday. That meant the world to me, getting just acknowledgement that it's my birthday and my dad called me, And he just kind of distanced himself.
He would miss the birthdays and miss the phone.
There were several that he never contacted me, and he lived less than 5 miles away. So that was pretty hard.
All right. So you stayed with your mother the majority of the time? Okay. What did that look like? I mean, did your mom, was she a caretaker, or?
I think she tried to take on both roles as mother and father, but it was pretty hard on her.
Yeah. How did you feel at the time? Now, as a child, how did you feel about her and her role in your life when you were a child or a teenager?
I felt loved, of course. I could tell that she, like I said, she tried as much as she could. At the age where I didn't have to go over there anymore, legally. So I stopped, and we were distant for many years.
Okay, what brought you guys back to? Did you not talk during that time, or?
There were times when we would talk, like
because of that abandonment and him not being there. You have kind of a fear of someone else abandoning you. Okay.
And that's where I struggle with my current relationship. Like, I want it to work, and I don't want to be alone. Like, I don't want to not be in a relationship. I don't feel like I need to have a significant person in my life, but I feel like I want to.
Okay, if you had to tell me one thing that stood out about your whole family, even your dad and your mom, what would it be? What stands out to you most? The way you guys interact in your relationships?
That's a tough one. I think what stands out the most is now that my father and I, we still don't have the best relationship, but we try to make things work. I'm still, I try to visit him, and I feel like it's more of me visiting him rather than, he doesn't really try to visit me as much. But I try to make the relationship work, and I want it to work. I want that relationship, and it's a very hard struggle, and that's been adamant my whole life. It's this struggle to make the daddy-daughter relationship work.
I think that one of your, it sounds like you're not wanting to give up on this relationship that you're in currently because you feel like you're doing what your dad did.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong about that, but that's what it does sound like. It sounds like he's your need to be around people. Sounds like he's isolating you, this person that's in your life, this boyfriend, away from people. And that's kind of probably, I would think, made you kind of question about what's going on. He's isolating you, you know, starting to control. And that's kind of one of the things that made you say, okay, maybe this might not be good for me.
Yeah.
You're really trying to be a healthier person and work on things and your values. And I think that you see the negatives in this relationship and that you're really wanting to find the positives in the relationship. So I think that you're on a good start in that we have covered a lot today. And we'll discuss more about the relationship and hopefully come to some kind of resolution that you can feel good about. Okay?